Hi, I'm PalleVision, and today I'm gonna talk about being a carnivore, and I'm celebrating my CarniVersary because I've been a 100% carnivore since back in 2017. I started in December, and it's now December 2020. So, let's rock. Hey everybody, what's going on? I hope you're safe out there. Now it's this COVID-19 shit going on. I hope you're doing well. Like me, I've had no problems. So far, so good. Not any symptoms, not any sickness. So, what's been going on? Well, if you're new to this channel and you don't know who I am, I'm gonna tell you a little backstory about me. I was born in 1979, and as far back as I can remember, I got my first real asthma attack when I was about 3-4 years old. I was rushed to the hospital, to the emergency room, and there was clear I had asthma. So from the time I was 4, back in the 80s, all the way up to 2017, now that's 30 plus years, I had severe asthma. Taking 2 kinds of medication, a minimum 2 times a day, just to stay alive, just to stay at plus minus 0. And on top of that, because having severe asthma and having severe breathing problems, that's not enough. Oh no. I've also had, as far as I can remember, problem waking up. I had no problem going to sleep as I was tired, but I always had problems waking up. Always. Doesn't matter which time I went to sleep, how many hours I was in bed. I always had problems hearing the clock ring, getting up, that morning kind of feeling, you're in a haze, you're in zombie mode. Always had that. And it turns out I had sleep apnea. I got the diagnosis when I was 30 years young. And that is very uncommon. The numbers of people in Scandinavia, as far as I know, that has sleep apnea in their 30s, mid-30s and 40s, is a very low number. But I got diagnosed with it when I was 30 years old because I went to a doctor and I have a snoring problem. Can we fix it? Something in my throat, something in my nose, I have a problem with it. So I went to a clinic, slept there, got papers on it, had a machine, a CPAP machine, that I had to use every night that I went to sleep for almost 10 years. But wait, there's more. I'm kidding. But seriously, not only that, but to top this lovely shit sandwich, you got the bottom, you got the middle, then you got the top. I've also had severe eczema, maybe even psoriasis. I really don't know if it was one or the other or a combination. I looked at pictures of them on the internet and they kind of look like similar. So either way, I had major skin problems. Back when I was a kid, all the way up to my adult life, all the way. So for 30 plus years, I've also had problems with my skin. It started with the back of my legs, all the way from my back of my kneecaps, all the way up to my ass, both sides. Tried all kinds of ointments and all kinds of stuff. Went to a doctor, got a prescription, nothing worked. Then it gradually disappeared, then it came back again, this time on the inside of my legs. Again, from my knees all the way up to my groin. So yeah, and then gradually disappeared, and then it emerged once again on my arms. So that was like from here at my wrist all the way up to my elbow and to the beginning of my biceps, both arms. So I had it all through my life on different places on my body. Since I was a little kid back in the 80s, all the way up to 2017. But once I started this carnivore diet, this carnivore way of life, so I've been plant-free, 100% plant-free. No plants, no grains, no nuts, no seeds, no vegetables, no fruits, no roots. Since 2017, December, to 2020, right now, December. And all of that shit that I've had for 30 plus years has disappeared, vanished, and has not come back. I've not had a relapse, a reset, a step back, nothing. Okay? So during this time, all of 18, all of 19, and now all of 20 has been nothing but positive. I've not had any kind of sicknesses. I've not been to a hospital once. I've not been to the emergency room once. I've not been to a doctor once in all these years. And that's something to think about, because for 30 plus years, I've almost had like a VIP card at the hospital, at the doctors. Before everything was digitalized, before everything became computers and megabytes and gigabytes and all of that shit, back in the days of old, when they had to write a piece of paper, they had to write it down, they had a document, a piece of paper that they wrote everything. Last time, like I said, back in the day, my file, my document of all the shit that I had and been through and all the checkups and all the times I've been to the hospitals and all that shit, my medical jacket was like at least something like this. It was like the fucking yellow pages. That's how sick I've been. 30 plus years. And now 18, 19, 20, nothing. Zip, zero, nada. So I definitely can say that going 100% animal-based, eggs, dairy, fish, crawfish, seafood, all kinds of animals, has been the best thing in my entire life. And I've got all kinds of stuff to prove it. I got Instagram, I got Twitter, all kinds of social media where I regularly post photos of my physique, because I'm very into fitness and bodybuilding and all of that shit. So going from being fat, as you can see at the intro to every video, what I looked like when I was in my 30s, and now that I'm 41, I look like this. Yeah. Born in 1979 in October. I don't eat like everybody else. Not only do I do the carnivore diet thing where I only eat animal based, I also have a window. Let's say from 6 in the morning to 12 noon. That's my window when I eat. And then I water fast. So I water fast up for like 20 hours, 7 days a week. And I've been doing that every day, every year. Since the beginning, like I said, December 2017, up to present day. So I fast for a long time. So it is amazing how much that I get from this stuff. I'm not saying I'm against supplementation. I'm just saying I don't need it. It's not something that I need. If you need supplements in your diet, in your food, then there's something wrong with it. Then you're not getting enough of what you eat, or you're not getting it at all. So I looked it up, seeing, because for me, I think I'm average. I don't know, but I'm 184 centimeters short. And currently I'm about 85 kilograms light. And I've stayed on that weight through this whole time. From December to Jan, I was at 98. From Jan to March, I went down to 86. And then from March 2018 to now, December 2020, and about a month back, I stood on an in-body scan, and I was 85 kilograms. So my total body weight have been 85, plus minus 85 kilograms throughout. And my body fat, right now it's up to 10%, but it's been down to 6.5% body fat, total body fat. And it's also like stayed that way, between 6 and 10% body fat through all these years. So I can definitely tell you that going full carnivore, 100% carnivore, has changed everything. Not only my health, my lungs, my mental health, and my physical health. Because what you see here, PalleVision Fitness, that's my, that's my claim to fame. That's what I'm all about. Energy, health, life, being fit, flexible, functional, and fuckable. And since I'm in my 40s, I just turned 41, it's kind of important, because you're not getting any younger as you get older. Thank you, Captain Obvious. So you want to take care of yourself. You want to be as fit as you can be. So yeah, it hasn't been a bumpy ride. It hasn't been any ups and downs for me personally. It's just been when I tried something new, something different, I've gained a lot of experience, and I'm in all kinds of groups, talking to other people, seeing, success stories and shit like that, having discussion with people. So yeah, it's been a wild ride, but it's been a wild ride, nothing but up. The few times that I've been at home, it's only been because I've ate too much, like too much fat. And I've been loose as a goose. And I've been thinking about, okay, can I make it to that place? If I'm in the store or in a mall or something like that and I have to, it's an emergency, nah, I'd rather stay at home. But within like 24 hours, it's been gone. I've been back 100%. I've not had any fevers, I've not had any colds, not any flus. And since this COVID-19 shit has been going on, I haven't felt anything, not a single goddamn thing. I've not had to go to a doctor or call emergency or anything like that because I've not had any of the symptoms. And I'm out and about every day, going to the gym 5 times a week, spending an hour at the gym every time with people. There's people around me, I talk to people, you know, someone's been at the bench press, I go to the bench press, I lay down, I do my shit, so there's people's everywhere. I go out like every day, just walking, I do like 10 to 13,000 steps every day. I go to the store to buy food, nothing. So yeah, it is really wild and crazy when you stop, you press the pause button, and then you look at that shit, and you rewind that, and you look at that. So from December 2017, maybe first 2018, it would never have been like that. It would have been, I was okay for a month, then I would be sick. Then I would be home for a week or two, like really sick. Like, you know, when you're hungover, something like that. Have that feeling, you have that queasy feeling, you're shaking, then you're sweating, you're tired all the fucking time. No, nothing like that. The only time that I'm tired is when I come home from a full day, or if I've been doing cardio for 3 hours and then I'm going to the gym for an hour. I might be a little bit, I need some energy. But I also do 3 hours of cardio on a fasted stomach. Then I eat. Then I start the day. I try to get anything between 7 and 9 hours of sleep. So I go to bed about the same time every day, Monday to Sunday. It doesn't matter if I'm on holiday, if I'm away somewhere, or if it's a work week. It doesn't matter. I try to get that shit organized so I get the same amount of sleep in the same time frame. So I go to bed at the same time, I wake up at the same time. That's important, and it's doable, and it's no problem because I'm on this diet, because I eat the things that I eat and the way that I eat. And not many people know about this, but in meat, in general, there is a ton of vitamins and minerals. There's the whole goddamn alphabet of vitamins and all the minerals. There's even omega-3 and omega-6 in meat. So you don't have to eat fish. You don't have to take omega-3 tablets or drink that oily shit if you don't want to. Now for me, it's all about how much I eat. There is a list of how much there is in 100 grams of meat. So as long as I keep that high, as long as I consume anything from 3,000 to 5,000 calories, I'm golden. There's no problem. The energy, no problem doing stuff that everybody says, ooh, you need carbohydrates to have the energy to do shit. No, sweetie. I've been plant-based, carb-free since December 2017. So that's 18, 19, 20. Not a single carb coming from nature. The only carbs that come from dairy, which I don't eat too much of. And I'm just not a big fan of organ meat. But some people say that there are carbs in organ meat, like in liver and heart and stuff like that. So that's okay. But for me, I really don't care about it as much as, but I do know that it's fats, carbs, and protein. And those three things are not the same. Protein is not just protein. It absolutely 1000% depends on where it comes from. Does it come from Mother Nature? Is it plant-based? Or is it animal-based? Same shit with carbs, same shit with fats. That is 110%. There is so much difference in where it comes from and then how much you get. I've been up to 500 grams of animal proteins every day for about 15, 16 weeks. No problem. Like I said, I've not been to the hospital once, the emergency, not once. Calling a doctor, not once. Zero, zip, nada. And there's not been any problem going to the bathroom, taking a piss or taking a shit. I do it once up to 2 times a day, every single goddamn day. And I've been doing it for this long. So no. I've not had any discomfort. I've not had any pains or aches. And there's been no color change. There's been no blood. Nothing whatsoever. That would raise a red flag. Say, oop, we have a problem here. Oop, there's something wrong here. Nah. And I just keep on going. Every year it either stays the same or it gets better. There's no like setbacks for me. I haven't had nothing. Everything I wanted to try and wanted to do, because I'm curious by nature. I want to try different stuff and shit, and there's not enough info on the internet. Because when you look it up, there's like shitty reviews and shitty studies, and oh yeah, they studied 10 people for like 60 days, and here are the results. Okay. This guy's been doing it for 3 fucking years. How about that? Oh, this study we did here with mice, with rats, with animals, to see how shit works, how different diet works. This human right here, been doing it for 3 years. And I'm still kicking it. I'm still alive, doing my shit, doing cardio, 12 days a week, 3 hours. Fasted. up to 5 times a week, 1 hour in the gym. Week after week after week. No problem. Haven't had any accidents, haven't broken anything, no joint pain, nothing. And I do volume training. Volume training means I go in there and I do about, let's say 500 reps every time, depending on what I'm training. But lately I've been doing a full upper body training, so I've been doing 1 exercise per body part. And I've been doing a total of 500 reps. So that's 500 reps, 5 times a week. No problem. Haven't had any surgery, haven't had to go to a doctor and get some pills or pain relief. Haven't taken any kind of pills or powders or medicine or prescription for at least 3 years, maybe even 4 years. Not anything from my stomach, not anything from joint pains, not anything from getting headaches, nothing. And I also drink a lot of water, about 3, maybe 4 liters of water a day. And it's usually mineral water. Don't drink coffee and I don't drink tea. Why I don't do that? And I don't drink alcohol neither. Because if I don't eat plants, if I don't eat anything that comes from trees, bushes, on the ground or under the ground, why the fuck would I drink it? There's not a beverage out there that's not made from plants, that doesn't have sugar in it or doesn't have any plants shit in it. So that's why I don't drink tea, I don't drink coffee, I don't drink cocoa, and I don't drink alcohol. I can allow myself to have 1 beer or 1 drink if it's a special occasion. So, if it's a birthday or someone just became a mom or a dad, special occasion to celebrate. But I don't go to a bar, I don't go to an after party, happy hour, nothing like that whatsoever. I don't have a glass of wine to dinner because I only eat breakfast, let's face it, so. And I don't have a beer after work to wind down, nothing like that whatsoever. Nah. And I don't smoke cigarettes. So yeah, I eat roughly around 2,000 grams of meat every day. Right now I'm down to 1,600 grams. But for like 15 weeks I've been eating 2,000 grams of raw meat. And I've also been eating raw meat since, all of 2020. I think all of 2019 as well. I think I started in the first, I think it was 1 or 2 months in to 2019 when I started eating raw meat. So I've been doing it for over a year. Raw meat every day. The only time if it's in the fall or in the winter time, when it's very cold, I can put it in a microwave 2 or 3 minutes just to warm it up. Normally, so 99%. But it depends on what kind of meat, because if I'm gonna eat bacon, if I'm gonna eat pork, belly or pork ribs or hot dogs or sausages. And yeah, I'm gonna prepare that shit. I'm gonna cook that shit. So every now and again I have a little treat. But for like there's 7 days in a week, 5 of those days I eat it raw. And I've tried going dairy free. Didn't see any, pros or cons. So I don't have any problem with dairy. I went egg free. Nothing happened there neither, no pros, no cons. So, like I said, as long as it's animal based. And there's a lot of good stuff in eggs too. And there's another thing that's very interesting that I read. A Swedish study came out saying that sugar, let's say it prohibits the body from absorbing, I should say, vitamins and minerals. So if you eat something that has sugar in it, then the sugar is going to work against you. It's going to work against the body. It's going to block. It's going to be like a blockade. So when you have a sugar in your food or in your drink, whatever you drink, whatever you eat throughout the day, if there's sugar in it, you're going to need double the amount of vitamins and minerals just so that the body can absorb it. So that's something to think about. Whatever you're doing, stay the F away from sugar, because that shit will kill you. And on top of that, not only does the sugar itself do that to you, but there's also at least 56 different names and different words for sugar that the food industry and the beverage industry are using. So when you look at something, when you look at the ingredients, and if you don't see sugar, you're gonna think like everybody, oh, hey, look at this. I can eat this because it doesn't have any sugar in it. I can find sugar in the ingredients. I can find this and that and blah, blah, blah. But oh, I don't see the word sugar. Oh, it's cool. It's fine. I can eat it. I can drink it. No. Some say even more words that they use to disguise sugar. Other words that means sugar, that has the same effect as sugar, that's in that shit that you eat. And that is very, very important nowadays in 2020, going on to 2021, with all this COVID-19 shit that's going on. Because everybody who gets infected is depleted from vitamins and minerals. And especially vitamin D. Being out in the sun goes into your body and makes vitamin D because cholesterol. So that's another stupid ass shit that people are doing. They're trying to have low cholesterol because doctors say it's a bad thing. My cholesterol is probably astronomical, and I'm still here. I don't have a problem with it. I eat 6 to 8 eggs, whole eggs. And every time, those few times that I cook something, I preserve the grease, the fat that comes out from whatever I'm cooking or preparing. I either put that back and then eat it, or I even drink it. So my cholesterol is sky high. And there is vitamin D in meat. So I get So I don't have to buy supplements. I can if I want to. So, yeah. It is extremely interesting and like, whoa, when you look at all this shit that's going on. And another fucking thing, I told you about the sugar and about the names of the sugar that's disguised and hidden in the food. Another reason why it's not a good idea to buy supplements is because there is sugar in it. I went to 3 different drugstores / pharmacies here where I live in Sweden, and I only found one vitamin D brand or name that did not have sugar in it. I even looked at multivitamins or vitamin capsules for children. I looked at the ingredients and it said sugar. So be aware, be alert, look at every single goddamn thing that you want to eat or drink, that you want to put in your mouth hole. Look at the ingredients, read up about it, get some knowledge, get some information, because it's wild. It's really criminal what these assholes get away with. Though I only eat meat, I still look at it. There's only like 1 or 2 brands of bacon, name brands that are okay. So if I go to a food store and there are like 10 different names and brands of bacon, like, oh, smoked bacon, honey bacon, whatever, there's only like 1 or 2 that I could buy because the rest has sugar in it. Same shit with sausages and hot dogs. There are all kinds of flavors, but when you look at it, it's sugar, it's sugar, it's sugar, it's sugar. So that's one advice from me to you, is always keep your eyes open, always be alert, always be aware, always look at everything, read everything. Google name for sugar, and there's a whole bunch of different sites where they have the names that the industry are using. And the same goes with like supplements. There are, when you buy protein powder or something like that, there's going to be sugar in it. So I go 100% natural. But when you go to a store and you want to buy food, even though it's raw, there could still be sugar in it because it's used as a taste enhancement, or it's even used as a preservative, so it would last longer. So Google name for sugar, copy and paste that, print it out, save it on your tablet, save it on your phone, and every time you go to a store and you buy some food, even though it looks like it's 100% raw, it's 100% natural, whatever it is, look at the ingredients, read, take up your phone or your tablets, take up a piece of paper and look at the names on that list. And if you find one name from that list on the ingredients, put that shit away, because you're gonna get sugar. But as far as me, like I said, so far so good. I've got nothing, I got nothing bad to say. Going in the gym on a regular basis, getting my sleep on, having the energy, wanting to do stuff, to be outside and to move around and get the energy up, and being creative, trying new stuff, being alert, wanting to learn, wanting that knowledge when you look at something and say, ooh, how does that work? Ooh, can I do that? Ooh, I want to try that. Hey, can you tell me about this? How did you do that? I want to know. All of that stuff. When the clock rings, I wake up, put on my clothes, get something to drink, and then boom, I'm out and I'm on. It's really, really like crazy wow factor. What this carnivore and going 100% animal based has done for me, comparing to 30 plus years of living hell. It's been a living hell for 30 plus years. Not being able to function correctly because I had asthma, not being interested in stuff, not wanting to do stuff because I know that I'm not going to be able to do it for a long period of time because I don't have the capacity, mental capacity or physical capacity. And also money. Money is a big fucking problem for everybody. And I know because I've been most of my life almost on a regular basis, I've been at a point where I have to choose because I didn't have the money enough for both medication and to pay a bill. So I had to decide that, okay, I need money to get the medication, to get the prescription. That means I had to make a doctor's appointment, then go to a pharmacy or drugstore and get the medicine. And since I've been sick, then good, then sick, then good, then sick, then good, then sick, then like 90% of the time I've not been able to get a full paycheck because I've been sick. So at the end of the paycheck, there's still a lot of month left, so to speak. So now, these past 3 years, I've gone to a doctor, not taking any medication, so I've been saving that money. I don't know about you, where you're from, the cost, but for me here in Sweden, my medication, that was like, I think it was like 1,200 or up to 1,500 Swedish. So it's not cheap. And then going to a hospital or going to see a doctor just to get a prescription, that cost about, I don't know, 180, maybe 200 Swedish every time. So now I don't have to spend money on that. I don't have to go to a pharmacy. So that's also one thing to think about when it comes to the cost of. When people ask, well, isn't eating just meat, a meat-based diet, isn't that expensive? Well, yes and no. Yes, meat costs more than potatoes or rice in the store. But when you eat potatoes, when you eat rice, when you eat fruit and vegetables, you're also gonna need to buy supplements. So that's another cost. Then it goes on and on. You're gonna get sick from it and sicker and sicker. So now you're also gonna have to add the cost of going to the hospital, then getting a prescription, then buying the medication. So I eat meat. I haven't been to the doctor. back from 2017 and back like 5 years or 10 years, I ate fruit and vegetables. I had asthma. I had to go to the doctor. I had aches and pains in my body. I had headaches. I had to go to a pharmacist or a drugstore, buy painkillers and all of that shit. So is it more expensive to eat just meat? You tell me. I'm gonna say no, not in the long run. That's just the way it is. And I'm just speaking for me. I'm just speaking from personal experience. 2018, 2019, now 2020. Every single day. And for me, I've had no problem with staying away from pizza and fast food, hamburger, not the burger itself, not the burger patty, but the whole meal with the Coke and the fries and then the hamburger and the lettuce and all of that shit. Kebab, falafel, whatever the fuck it is. Staying away from it. Same shit with alcohol. I don't go to nightclubs, I don't go to bars. Here in Sweden we have something called Systembolaget, where you have to go to a special place to buy alcohol. And yeah, I think it's kind of funny now, it's COVID-19, that I walked by these liquor stores and there's a queue. There's like 20 people standing outside waiting to get in. And if you don't know that it's a liquor store, you think it might be a nightclub. And people are standing there like fucking sheep to a slaughter, just waiting in line, going in one by one so they can buy their fucking alcohol. That's just sad. That shit is just sad that you are willing to stand in line waiting to get into something to buy fucking poison so that you can go home and take that fucking poison and then become even more sick than you already are. That's like, what? I just laugh my ass off when I see that shit. Nope. That shit is not for me, and I just walk on by. But hey, that's just how I am. I don't feel like the need to. I don't have the need to. I don't have the urges. I don't have the desire to it, because I feel so good just eating meat and eggs and a bit of dairy and nothing else. And drinking water. I don't drink juice. I don't drink apple juice, I don't drink orange juice, I don't drink cider, apple vinegar, I don't drink champagne, nothing like that. So it's been extremely good. So take care. Be safe out there. And I'll see you next time.